Got on Rock. Hey guys, so about a week ago I got on Rocket League and I couldn't decide which game mode to play. Now, as a threes main, I was of course tempted to play threes, but I decided to play ones so I could improve on my ball control skills and other things I can't work on in the other game modes. And upon doing this, I stopped and thought about something. What game mode should I even be playing to improve in Rocket League? So, to answer that question, I had to do some research, and I went and Googled ballchasing.com and got to work. I needed data on the players that played each game mode, and trust me, there was no shortage of it on this website. In the video that you're about to watch is a collection of the data I found and my analysis of said data. Now, the first piece of data I gathered was the amount of games played by each type of player. Now, being the nerd that I am, I turned those stats into 3 pie charts that each represent a game mode. These stats should show us how much each type of Rocket League player plays each game mode, which will give me an idea of what Rocket League skills they each possess. To start things off, let's look at the threes mains. As you can tell from the chart, threes mains tend to play a lot of threes and twos, but they usually neglect ones, and it really shows in their ranks. As you can see from the data I collected on their MMR and rankings, they have a fairly similar threes and twos rank, but their ones rank is really lagging behind, and that also showed in the replays that I watched. From the replays that I watched, I was able to make this chart on threes mains. The things I saw the threes mains doing well was passing, rotating, clearing the ball, demoing, and they had good shot placement. All these things are important to threes, and some of them important to twos, but not ones. I found that threes mains tended to struggle with solo plays and ball control, as well as having less mechanical ability. And as a threes main, I found that I struggle with the same things, and it really makes it hard to win 1v1 games and for me to perform in 1v1 situations, which should explain the low rank in 1v1. Now that we've looked at threes, let's move on to twos. Twos mains tend to play more twos than anything else, obviously, but I found that they play almost an even amount of ones and threes, and that evenness also shows in their ranks. As you can see from the chart on your screen right now, twos mains have a very balanced rank between threes and ones, while having a pretty high twos rank, but that's mainly just because they play twos the most. And after I looked at the replays from these twos mains, we can see why their ranks are so balanced. The reason why it's so balanced has to do with a few things. Most twos mains rotate well, have decent mechanics, and are pretty good in 1v1 situations, and can also demo pretty well, not to mention a lot of other things. But there are still some downsides to being a twos main, and a lot of the ones that I watched had trouble passing and struggled with boost management in threes. But overall, I'd have to say that twos mains are pretty well rounded. Now that we've covered the threes and twos mains, let's move on to ones. Ones mains pretty much split their time between ones and twos, but they still play around 59 threes games per season. But what is weird about them is that they pretty much have the same ranks as twos mains. This may be because they play a lot of twos games despite being ones mains, but who can blame them? Ones is a pretty lonely game mode. Now for the pros and cons of being a ones main. Ones mains tend to have great mechanics, really good ball control, be able to do solo plays, and have great card control, but they're usually subpar when it comes to passing, rotation, and boost management in other game modes. So, now that we've gone through all of my data, I think I can answer that question from earlier in the video. Before I give the answer, I'd like you guys to like, comment, and subscribe, and be sure to hit that bell so you're notified when a new video is uploaded to my channel. I'd really appreciate it if you guys did. Anyways, the answer to the question is complicated. If you're just now starting Rocket League, your games played for the season should look like this. Completely even across different game modes. You want to get all the skills from the different game modes so you'll become a more well-rounded player. But if you're someone who plays one game mode all the time, you might want to start playing the other game modes so you can improve in other aspects of the game. For example, if you're a threes main, you probably want to play ones, and vice versa. It'll allow you to work on the things that your game mode of choice might not allow for. Anyways guys, I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you want more content like this, be sure to give it a like, and leave an idea for a future video in the comment section. And make sure you subscribe, because if you don't, you could be missing out on my content in the future. So I think I'm pretty much done here. See you guys next time. Goodbye.